Hey, what's up, guys? Here's the 5 things you're doing wrong in Trials of Osiris. Coming in at number 5, play your reses. You don't need to be the hero of the day. You don't need to clutch up a 1v3 or a 1v2. All you need to do is just play your life, get your buddies back up, and then from there you can confidently make a decision whether you'd like to push them or play your lives and wait for them to push you and pick off the enemy team. There's no reason for you to just try to 1v2 or 1v3 when you don't have to. That's just, half the time it's a waste of a round and you're giving the enemy a free win. Alright, with that being said, number 4 on the list today is play your life. You don't realize how important it is not to die. By one of your teammates dying, you're giving the other team a perfect 3v2 scenario, which is everybody's dream scenario in Elim. That's the first thing they're going for, is the first pick. And then from there, 90% of the teams are just going to push up and collapse in a 3v2 situation. So number 3 on the list, main your primary weapon. It's literally called your primary weapon for a reason. It's the weapon you're supposed to be using 90% of the time. There's no reason you need to ape up with a shotgun and you're either trading, you're killing one, maybe killing two, and then dying. If your teammate was not as aggressive as you were, then now the other team just got both their reses back up, and now your teammates have to play the 2v3 scenario because you decided that you wanted to overextend with your shotgun. Overextending is literally probably the biggest causes of losses in Elim. If you overextend and you leave your teammates in the dust, 90% of the time, unless you somehow are able to kill all 3 of the enemy team, you are now leaving your teammates down a player. So it's not worth overextending. Play with your team. This brings us to number 2 on the list. You must properly collapse on a team. If your team gets the first pick of the match and you go up in 3v2, the first thing you gotta think about is, are you gonna play for supers or are you gonna push the enemy team? A lot of things you gotta keep in mind is, which team's gonna get their super first, which team has more intellect mods, or the higher intellect, which team's got the better super shutdowns. If you guys all running roaming supers and the other team's got shutdown supers, you guys are just gonna get shut down. Now that you've analyzed that you want to push the enemy team in a 3v2 scenario, now the worst thing you could do is push the enemy team one person at a time. If that's the case, you're just feeding the enemy team lives at that point. It's not worth it. I'm not saying you guys have to hold hands to push them, but 90% of the time, the scenarios that are going to go right is when you push them all at once. If all 3 of you fly in together and play together, then it's really hard to lose in a 3v2 or even a 3v1 or a 2v1. Now, if you push one at a time, he picks off one of them. The other dude's like, oh man, we gotta push him. We gotta finish him off. And let's say you're in a 3v1, your first dude pushes in and gets picked. Now it's a 2v1. You guys still feel confidence, but one dude's a little hasty and pushes too soon, and now he gets picked. Now it's a 1v1 situation, and now they have the best odds of winning because one, your confidence is at an all-time low. He just shit on your other 2 teammates. And you got to think, man, if I don't kill this dude, then they win the round. And now there's so much pressure on you. 90% of the time, you're gonna lose that after he's already killed your 2 teammates. You're gonna lose. Finally, here at number 1, the most important rule of all in Trials of Osiris that everybody is doing wrong is not playing with confidence. If you're not playing with confidence, 90% of the time, you already lost the game. If you look at the highest skill level players, every single one of them have confidence that they're going to win their engagement. None of the top tier players are just sitting around corners, scared to peek, don't want to peek somebody, aren't confident that they're going to be able to, hit all their shots to get their kills. If you're playing like that, 90% of the time you're going to lose. If you ever go into a game and you see the enemy team and you're like, oh man, I know this dude's a really good player. I honestly don't think we're gonna win this one, guys. We might have to reset our card here. You already lost. You already lost in your head. So with that mindset, there's no point of you even playing the game at that point. You might as well just back out. If you don't approach every single game like you could win the game, then what are you doing? What are you playing the game for? If you're just gonna think that you lost before you even started playing the game, or even playing the first round of the game, then how do you expect to win? If you're not confidently peaking gunfights with the known fact that you can win the gunfight, and you think you're gonna lose every single gunfight you get into, then you're just gonna lose the game. You're gonna lose every engagement if you're pushing an engagement thinking that, man, this is a bad engagement, I'm gonna lose here. Then you've already lost. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, it helps out a lot. I'm gonna leave my link for my Twitch down in the description. I stream daily, so come check it out. I do trials carries in the weekend, comp carries during the week. So if you can come check it out, throw a follow, super appreciate it. But enjoy the rest of the video.